cellular pH can change, and your cellular pH is influenced by the breaking of these laws. It's influenced by dehydrated, it's influenced by lack of oxygen, it's influenced by a very acid diet. Then the cellular pH becomes more acid, and that is where arthritis and gout like to thrive. We've got to get alkalinity into those joints, and when your blood is carrying the food that is more alkaline, then it's contributing to the alkaline or less acid environment around the joints. So the food, so we'll put a little red arrow indicating that over there is the food that will help to conquer arthritis.
This was Barbara O'Neill, an alternative health expert who advocates that herbs can be more powerful than traditional medication and may cure diseases faster. In this segment, she was explaining which foods can help combat arthritis and joint pain. Have you ever experienced a nagging pain in your joints, even though you try to eat a balanced diet? What if we told you that some of the foods you think are healthy could actually be harming your joints? Today, we'll explore Barbara O'Neill's insightful findings on 5 common foods that might be contributing to your joint pain. Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover could really change how you think about your diet. Number 1, refined sugar. Let's kick things off with a fun topic. Who doesn't love a sweet treat now and then? But did you know that refined sugar could actually be a hidden enemy for your joints? Sugar sneaks its way into nearly every processed food we eat, from sodas to pastries. What many people don't realize is how sugar can fuel inflammation in our bodies, especially in our joints. Barbara O'Neill points out that refined sugar causes our blood glucose levels to spike and then crash, acting more like a harmful drug than a harmless sweetener. When sugar enters your system, it raises blood sugar levels quickly, prompting the body to release insulin in large amounts to bring those levels back down. But then, blood sugar can drop too low, leading you to reach for more sugar. This creates a frustrating cycle. On top of that, sugar can trigger a strong inflammatory response, which can result in the breakdown of cartilage, the tissue that cushions your joints. Refined sugar also increases the production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, harmful compounds that form when proteins or fats mix with sugar in the bloodstream. These AGEs can damage proteins in your body, including collagen, which is essential for healthy joints. When collagen gets compromised, your joints may become more prone to wear and tear, leading to issues like osteoarthritis. Plus, sugar can leach calcium from your body, weakening your joints and throwing other bodily functions out of balance. To safeguard your joints, O'Neill suggests cutting back on refined sugars and choosing natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup. These alternatives can satisfy your sweet tooth without the negative effects of refined sugar, helping to keep inflammation under control. Our channel is also giving away 100 free copies of Barbara's best-selling book. To enter, simply hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
Refined sugar, it's very acid forming.
Sugar isn't only about what you intentionally add to your meals. It's often lurking in many foods under different names, like high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, and maltose. Barbara O'Neill recommends taking a close look at food labels and steering clear of processed foods that list sugar among the first ingredients. The combined effect of these hidden sugars can be just as harmful as treating yourself to desserts. Over time, the inflammation caused by sugar may contribute to chronic joint pain, making it more difficult for you to move comfortably and enjoy your life. Number 2, processed foods. In our fast-paced world, processed foods may seem convenient, but they can come with some serious health drawbacks. Barbara points out that these foods are often packed with preservatives, artificial flavors, and unhealthy fats that can be harmful to your joints. Many processed items lack natural nutrients and are filled with synthetic vitamins that your body doesn't absorb, as well as those from whole foods. This means your body may struggle to get the nutrients it needs, leading to deficiencies that can weaken your joints over time. Barbara specifically advises against consuming genetically modified wheat, which is becoming more common globally. She emphasizes the importance of steering clear of what she calls acidic foods, which often contain high levels of trans fats. These trans fats can lead to inflammation by raising low-density lipoprotein cholesterol and lowering high-density lipoprotein, HDL, cholesterol, creating an imbalance that can cause plaque buildup in your arteries. This plaque can restrict blood flow, reducing the oxygen and nutrients that reach your joints and increasing inflammation and pain. Barbara warns that regularly eating processed foods can trigger a series of health issues, starting with joint inflammation and potentially leading to more serious problems like heart disease. Instead, she recommends focusing on what she calls alkaline-forming foods and shares some helpful suggestions for making healthier choices.
So we're going to have a look at alkaline foods, and we're going to look at acid foods. And you might be surprised to see that the first alkaline food I'm putting up here is the humble lemon. And you might say, no, the lemon's acid. It is. And it's acid where it should be. There's only one part in the body that should be acid. You know where that is? Stomach. It must be acid. If someone says, I've got a very acid stomach, I say, praise God. Because if you don't have an acid stomach, you can't break your proteins down. How do you know it's acid? Well, it's sore. Well, you shouldn't feel it. I can't feel it. It means you haven't got a thick mucosa lining on the stomach. We're going to look at water tomorrow, and that's made up of water. Maybe it's because you're dehydrated. Remember, you've got to investigate. I gave a presentation last night to a group, and we had questions at the end. And one question was, what can I do for high blood pressure? And I said, well, I can't answer that in 30 seconds, but you can go to my YouTube lecture. What can we do for this? I said, well, all depends on why it's... What can I do for my sore finger? All depends on why the finger's sore. So you've got to investigate. So I actually referred them to lectures I have online where they can investigate. Everyone wants a quick fix. Sorry, there aren't any. The quickest fix I know would have to be your hot and cold. Your hot and cold treatments. You can get relief very quickly with your hot and cold water treatments. No, the lemon is acid where it should be. That's why you'll find that most of our salad dressings have lemon in them. But when it is broken down in the gut and the minerals are dispersed and absorbed into the blood and thus to the tissues, it has an alkaline effect because the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals, which is sodium and potassium, calcium, magnesium and iron. These are the alkaline minerals, and the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals. Don't you love the lemon? Every home should have a lemon tree. And if you're in a unit, you can have a lemon tree in a pot on your veranda. Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, that's your, what you call them, collard greens.
Barbara also suggests that you emphasize a diet full of fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods are loaded with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that can help fight inflammation and promote overall joint health. For instance, dark leafy greens are rich in vitamin K, which plays a key role in regulating bone mineralization and maintaining joint integrity. By making the switch to whole foods, you can lower your risk of joint inflammation and improve your mobility. Number 3, nightshade vegetables. Tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. These nightshade vegetables are common in many diets, but they might be playing a hidden role in your joint pain. According to O'Neill, nightshade vegetables contain solanine and other alkaloids, which are natural compounds that can cause inflammation in some people. While these veggies are packed with nutrients like vitamins A and C, their alkaloid content can be a concern for those already dealing with joint issues like arthritis.
My body says to me, a little tomato now and then. My body says to me, don't even touch the bell pepper. What happens if I touch it? Oh, it repeats on me all afternoon and my energy just goes. So I say, I'm hearing your body and I don't eat it. The eggplant, I have a little eggplant now and then, maybe twice a month. Potato, my husband's an Irishman. Potatoes must be in every main meal, so I have it probably most days. That's what my body tells me. I don't know what your body will tell you. Now, I could have 10 professors in front of me saying, this is ridiculous, Barbara. The bell pepper is a very good vegetable. It is high in antioxidants and vitamin C's. You should be eating it. Who am I going to listen to? I've got to live in this body. That's why the fine-tuning is yours. No man on the planet can tell you the fine-tuning. Only your body can. We had one lady who conquered her arthritis. Isn't that good news? Yeah. She conquered her arthritis by stopping the nightshades. It appears if you have an inflammatory condition in the body, the nightshades will feed that inflammation. She conquered her arthritis. She was in her 70s. Even her swollen joints came down. Isn't that good news? She said to me, do you think I could start eating that now? I said, you could try. Your body will quickly tell you.
Alkaloids can interfere with the repair of collagen, an important protein in your joints. When collagen repair isn't functioning well, your joints may become more susceptible to damage. This is especially concerning for those with autoimmune conditions, where the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissues, including the joints. Barbara O'Neill suggests that if you notice joint pain or stiffness after eating nightshade vegetables, it might be a good idea to try removing them from your diet for a while to see if your symptoms improve. She also recommends keeping a food diary to help track your symptoms. By noting what you eat and how you feel afterward, you can spot patterns that may connect certain foods to your joint pain. After you've removed nightshades from your diet, consider reintroducing them one at a time and carefully observing any changes in your symptoms. If you find that nightshades are indeed causing issues, you might want to replace them with other nutritious vegetables, like sweet potatoes, which are not part of the nightshade family and have anti-inflammatory benefits. Number 4. Dairy products. Dairy products are a staple in many diets, but for some people, they might be adding to joint pain. O'Neill explains that dairy can trigger inflammation, especially in those who are lactose intolerant or sensitive to casein, a protein found in milk. When the body has a negative reaction to dairy, it can lead to inflammation that impacts not just the digestive system, but also the joints. This inflammation can show up as joint pain, stiffness, and even swelling. This can be especially challenging for individuals with conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, where inflammation is already a significant concern.
Here's a glass of milk. And this glass of milk is high in calcium, but it's also high in animal protein. And animal protein is very dirty burning fuel. Only 58% is burnt as fuel. Do you know what that leaves? A 42% waste. And that's a high acid waste. It's a sulfur waste. And so what the body uses is it uses the most alkaline mineral, which is calcium, to negate the sulfur residue. Do you know how much calcium is left for the human body after a person drinks a glass of milk? None. Cows can access that calcium because they've got 5 stomachs. We've only got 1. And the countries in this world that are the highest dairy consumers have the highest incidence of osteoporosis. Where does the elephant get his calcium from for his huge bones? Where does the orangutan? The creatures in this planet with the biggest bones are vegetarians. They get it from grass.
O'Neill suggests that if you're dealing with joint pain, it might be helpful to try eliminating dairy from your diet for a few weeks to see if your symptoms improve. If you notice a significant decrease in pain, it could be worth avoiding dairy altogether. The good news is that there are plenty of dairy alternatives out there that provide the same nutrients without the inflammatory effects. Options like almond milk, coconut yogurt, and plant-based cheeses can help you maintain a balanced diet while steering clear of potential dairy downsides. Many of these alternatives are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, so you can still enjoy the bone-supporting benefits without the risk of inflammation. O'Neill also recommends incorporating more leafy greens and nuts into your meals, as they are great sources of calcium and can support your bone health when dairy is off the table. This approach has been particularly effective in rural areas, where people may be more aware of these benefits compared to those living in cities. Now, let's talk about gluten-containing grains. These can be silent troublemakers for many people. Grains like wheat, barley, and rye are common in our diets, but for some, they might be the source of chronic joint pain. O'Neill highlights that gluten sensitivity or celiac disease can trigger an immune response that leads to inflammation throughout the body, including the joints. Even if you don't have a formal diagnosis, you might still feel discomfort after consuming gluten, as it can irritate the gut lining and contribute to systemic inflammation. Many people's digestive systems struggle to break down gluten, and this can often be linked to genetically modified foods.
Today we're looking at how the hybridization process changed the gluten or the protein structure, and it's almost only a cast iron gut that can break down that very complex protein or gluten structure. That explains why so many people are gluten intolerant today. You look at the timeline. So it was the 1950s that the wheat was hybridized. It was the 1970s that it went worldwide. So by the 1990s, every pasta, every pizza, every biscuit, cake, cookie, donut, cereal, bread, it's all made out of the hybridized wheat.
When the gut lining becomes compromised, it can lead to a condition known as leaky gut. This allows toxins and undigested food particles to enter the bloodstream, which can trigger an immune response and result in inflammation throughout the body, including the joints. Barbara O'Neill suggests that if you're experiencing joint pain, it might be worth trying a gluten-free diet for a while to see if your symptoms improve. Many people have found significant relief from joint pain after cutting out gluten, as it can help reduce inflammation and support the body's healing process. Switching to gluten-free grains like quinoa, millet, and buckwheat can provide your body with the nutrients it needs without the inflammatory effects of gluten. These grains are high in fiber, which is beneficial for digestive health and can help prevent leaky gut. They are also packed with essential vitamins and minerals, such as magnesium and B vitamins, that are important for maintaining healthy joints. O'Neill encourages those dealing with joint pain to explore gluten-free options and keep an eye on their symptoms to see if gluten might be a factor in their discomfort. Number 5. Alcohol, the joint destroyer. Alcohol, while it's often enjoyed in social situations, consuming it in excess can lead to serious consequences for your overall health, including your joints.
Today, far more people die from alcohol-related diseases, far more people die from tobacco-related diseases, and yet they're not banning tobacco or alcohol, are they? That's why the deaths to COVID fade into insignificance against all of these. That's why God gave us a sound mind to assess these things.
As it moves through the body, alcohol affects various systems, including the joints. O'Neill points out that alcohol is a significant progress contributor to inflammation, both directly and indirectly. When you drink alcohol, it can lead to dehydration, which reduces the amount of synovial fluid in your joints. This fluid is crucial for keeping the joints lubricated and preventing friction between the bones. When synovial fluid levels drop, your joints are at a higher risk of damage and pain. Additionally, alcohol, similar to refined sugar, can deplete important minerals like calcium and magnesium due to increased urine production. These minerals are essential for strong bones and joints, and their loss can lead to discomfort and stiffness. O'Neill also notes that chronic alcohol consumption can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria, potentially causing issues like leaky gut. This condition allows inflammatory compounds to enter the bloodstream, which can increase joint pain. To help protect your joints, O'Neill suggests limiting alcohol intake and making sure you stay well hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help maintain the balance of synovial fluid, reducing the risk of pain and stiffness. If you decide to enjoy a drink, try to do so in moderation and follow it up with a glass of water to help counteract dehydration. Plus, replenishing your body with foods rich in calcium and magnesium can further support your joints and minimize any damage caused by alcohol. Remember, even small changes can lead to significant improvements. By making thoughtful choices about what you eat and how you care for your body, you can take charge of your joint health and enjoy a life free from pain. It's never too late to start making better choices, and your joints will definitely thank you. For more tips and advice on living a healthier, more fulfilling life, make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Your journey to better joint health starts today.